Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
and you're on the air with Power Squared. Power Squared at SRCC Press, and which includes the Blade of Miracles. We're going to be at Comic Con for the first time ever as a
Yes.
table. We've been to Comic Con, but this is the first time we'll actually table there.
Yeah.
And we've brought in Don Nguyen, who is a veteran of many cons, to sort of talk to us a little bit about what it's like to table. You know, he's been in Artist Alley. Hello, Don.
Hello, how are you, gents? I hope you are all doing well. Congratulations on getting into San Diego Comic Con. That's probably one of the toughest shows to be able to get into, so that's a huge deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it was. It felt good. It was weird. As last year we were on the wait list, and they called us. They asked us about a month before the show, and we were like, "Well, we never had done any sort of convention of that size, and we were like a little, not ready."
Yeah,
And so then they gave us 3 weeks this year. But we were
that's good.
actually. So
Yeah, you get a little bit of a head start, and you all have your accommodations set.
oh yeah,
And
long time ago, and we just added an extra day to it. We're going down on Tuesday instead of
oh,
Wednesday.
perfect. Yeah, that's actually one of my recommendations. If you can go in on a Tuesday, it'll give you a little bit of breathing room, and you can relax a little bit better. You have to spend extra, of course, to be
Yeah.
there for that extra day. But
Yes.
were you able to secure exhibitor parking? Did they give you guys that?
No,
Okay.
that has not come up. I assume we could park at the convention center, but
No, you have to buy into it.
oh,
Yeah,
well, I figured
yeah,
we'd have to pay for it.
yeah. No, it's a lottery system.
Oh,
So I don't know what the situation
oh,
is
we
with.
had lottery parking. We were in the convention center,
Oh, okay,
but
perfect, perfect.
for
Yeah,
Tuesday, I assume we could just pay to park there.
yeah. You could just pay to park there.
Yeah, but no, we are in the we from our professional badges that we
Yeah.
have. We have parking at all 5 days at the convention center.
Great. Congratulations. Yeah, parking is probably like the second biggest deal after accommodations.
Yeah,
It's such a nightmare. And so normally, once you guys got in off of the wait list, but normally when you're already an exhibitor, so if you guys come back next year and they have you and you're not on the wait list, you guys will have priority with exhibitor parking. So you don't have to go through the whole hubbubaloo of the
I was
lottery system.
yeah, I was wondering if they had something like that, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So congratulations on having parking too. That's
yeah,
great news. Yeah.
lucked out. So we're newbies to this,
Hmm.
and they give you this download that's 36 pages of stuff.
Oh, you downloaded the entire thing. Okay.
Well,
Or rather, printed it
printed it
out.
out, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, because they actually in here say you should print it out, put it in a 3-ring binder, and bring it with you. But
I've never done that.
I doubt it either. But I thought at least if I printed it out, I'd read through it. A
Yeah.
lot of this has to do with setting up, I assume, big exhibitors, not small
Yeah.
press, and the help you can get and the times and all that. But we still have to get our exhibitor badges since it's such a short. We've paid for it, but it's such a short turnaround that we have to go pick them up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you guys passed the date where they would send it to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that actually is really easy. Once you guys get there, you just head up to sales and they'll just knock it out for you because there's a exhibitor specific section and you can just go right in and come right out. So you don't have to worry about going through the giant line in
Okay.
sales.
And if I'm reading it right, we could set up Tuesday at 5.
That I don't know because you're in small press, but if I remember correctly, yeah, generally that should be it. You guys will have a little bit of time to come in. If you guys are bringing a lot of stuff, they have a whole system for drayage, so you would have to go through Petco Park to get a pass for that. But if you don't bring that much stuff, you can just roll right in with the cart.
Yeah, we have it
They'll
on our
have
cart. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have carpet protectors laid down, and you basically just park. If you're in a convention center, you just park, go up the elevators, walk in. I think through I want to say it's D. At security will tell you where to go in, and then you
Oh,
just roll right into the convention center.
yeah. We're bringing a little bit more than we normally bring, but it all fits on the cart.
Mhm. Well, I
So
hope you sell out. That's a big show, and
that'd be
hopefully this
nice.
year business is good. Yeah,
But I have a feeling even if we sell out, we're not going to make back what we put into it. So
yeah. It's a pricey show. It's one of those things that a lot of your lay people, your average convention goers, they don't know what it takes for a person to be at a convention. And most of the time, unless you're a guest, you're paying to be there, you're paying to feed yourself while you're there, and whoever's there with you, and you're paying for the accommodation. So those costs really do mount up, and it's part of your, budgetary considerations when you're doing a show like that.
Yeah. When you say you're a guest, do they feed you when you're a guest?
It depends on the show. Some shows will feed you. Some, if you're a high profile guest, not only will they feed you, but they'll fly you out and they'll put you up. I am not of that stature, so the most I get usually is I just get a free table. So I have to pay my own way there, but at least I don't have to pay for the table. And then I show up. Thankfully, I've been on a lot of higher profile projects the last few years, so it's getting to be a little bit easier to be at shows as a guest for me.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, because it's pricey. This isn't though. I don't think we're paying as much for the table here as we did at LA Comic Con, or I think WonderCon's even more.
WonderCon should be. Oh, you know what? You're in small press though, so that's it's a little bit different. Because did you guys do exhibitor for WonderCon? Like, what was the table that you?
We were in small press.
Small press,
which was. You're kind of in the back room that nobody knows to go into.
Yeah, I feel for everybody in small press over there. I hope they take feedback from all the exhibitors and they put small press back with Artist Alley.
Yeah,
because I feel like that was the most conducive. Because we're all comic book creators.
Yeah,
small press just deals a little bit more with the publishing aspect, but we're all there to do the same thing.
Yeah, or we're also going to see if we could get into Artist Alley at WonderCon next time.
I would recommend that. But with small press at San Diego Comic Con, it's essentially the same as if you were in Artist Alley, except for you get twice the amount of table space. Because you guys have come by my table and visited me. I'm literally on like 3 feet of table. It's so small.
Yeah, we get.
And you guys get the full table.
6, yes.
So you see my table. I have to build up, vertically.
Yeah.
Whereas you guys will have the horizontal space. And then I don't even bring most of my product. Like half of my product is under my table, and people will come up to me and ask if I brought the thing, and I'm like, yes, I have it, but wait for me to go find it under the table.
Yeah.
So you guys at least will be afforded the proper amount of space to display your stuff, and then I imagine you guys will have your stands and stuff out there, so it'll look good.
Yeah, we hope. And it's actually nice that where people come into the room as opposed to. At WonderCon, you're
like hiking over.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's still a hike, but the way I feel like a lot of people who attend Comic-Con do it is they start at one end of the floor and they work themselves, through the rest of the floor.
Yeah.
And there's unlike the Anaheim Convention Center, there's no dividing walls that sort of separate the space and make it feel like a completely different room.
Right.
So it's a better flow, and anytime you've been in, you guys have been through small press. It's always busy.
Yeah.
So it's a really lovely situation to be in small press at San Diego Comic Con for sure.
Well, we're hoping that get the word out.
Yeah. I'll help you any way I can. Feel free to tag me in your post, and I'll do my best to share it. I'm sure you guys have seen I've been sharing people's appearances and stuff into my stories. So I may not be there in person, but I will still try to help out all my friends, and I got love for you guys.
Oh, I appreciate that. So, is there any advice you have for somebody that's doing this for the first time?
Any advice off the top of my head? You guys have already covered it with accommodations and parking. Those are two of the biggest obstacles, I think. Bring hand sanitizer, bring change. Bring cough drops, like throat lozenges, because you guys will be talking quite a bit. Not that they pay me or anything, but I always recommend this brand that a death metal singer introduced to me a few years ago. I don't know if I've shown it to you guys. It's called Vocal Zone, and it's a great throat lozenge. You basically take one a day, or you can take one to start your day. So I'll start the day off, just on that, and then I'll have a Ricola a few times throughout the day, and that'll keep your throat soothed. Bring lots of water.
Yeah.
Keep hydrated, and bring a ton of snacks. Try to keep stuff light as possible. I know, is the entire family going?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys will have a division of labor, so it'll be nice to have people rotate in and out of the table. Somebody can go get food if needed, and somebody can man the table. In the meantime, you guys already have your square reader or like any sort
We
of
have a square reader, yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You have your banners all done.
We're going to take one banner.
Okay.
We have two. Well, actually, but no one ever actually sees the second one. So we're just going to take the one that's power squared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is there. You guys have stuff that's going to be displayed. Bring seat cushions.
We're actually going to take our own seats if we can do that.
Oh yeah, you can totally bring your own seats. That's a great idea. They don't mind you guys bringing in your own chairs whatsoever, and a lot of people do that because those chairs are not comfortable. And you see me most of the time. I'm not even in the chair. I'm standing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because again, the chair's just not that comfortable. And I feel like I only need to rest a little bit throughout the day, and standing makes me feel better at the shows sometimes. And it's also just a good way to interact with people that are coming by. You can say hi to people.
Right.
You can call out whatever they're wearing and pay them a compliment, and it's a great way to bring people into your booth. What else? We mentioned hand sanitizer already. Yep. I know you guys come equipped with masks sometimes. So yeah, those are like the basic things. Make sure you bring in enough change. It's always good to have change on hand.
Yeah,
there will be.
We have a lot. We have fives and ones and.
Yeah, perfect. A lot of people will bring you 20s and 100s and just drop that off and expect change. So
yeah, no.
That's why I just want to make sure you have enough change.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 and 1s are keys for sure. What else can I think of?
Was there anything that you wish someone told you the first time you were tabling?
I thankfully, the very first time I tabled, I didn't think about having stands. So I showed up, and it was my first time at San Diego Comic-Con. It was just Andy Nordval and me, and we just had our one book.
Uh-huh.
And the thing that somebody had told me, which I will impart to you guys, is someone was like, hey, it's a good idea to bring just a bowl of candy. So if you have any space on your table, a great way to at least rope kids into your table is to just, not even joking, just to put a bowl of wrapped candy out on the table, and children will gravitate towards it. Thankfully, most kids, I feel like that I've encountered at comic book conventions, their parents have taught them well, and they're very polite, they're very sweet, and so they'll come up and ask if they can take a piece or two. And that's a great conversation starter sometimes. So that would be a tip that I would love to impart upon you to help bring some people over. And the best other tip that I could possibly give in terms of tabling at a convention is get to know your neighbors and be good neighbors, because that does go a long way. I've had some awkward neighbors and some situations that I wish were better, but you basically have to work with the hand that you're dealt, and for the most part, most of the neighbors I've had at conventions have been fantastic. And so it's always a good thing to watch out for your neighbors.
Yeah.
And I bring enough snacks where I can offer that to my neighbors as well, and then we'll watch out for each other's stuff.
Do you ever leave to go walk the floor or go to panels or that kind of stuff? Or?
Yeah. So you guys have obviously seen me at San Diego, and one of the biggest complaints that people have is you're never at your table because you guys know me. I'm usually on at least 4 or 5 panels out at San Diego if they're not my own, and I usually have 2 or 3 panels of my own that I do in addition to doing other people's panels. So yeah, it's a rarity, and unfortunately, I'm usually the only person at my table. I'll have some friends who will come up every now and then, like I can text somebody, but I'm also in a really good row when I'm out there because Carl Alstetter, who is usually next to me, is a great friend, and my row is just filled with really nice people. So we all watch out for each other's stuff, and we always make sure that everyone's fed, hydrated, and that people are watching out for their stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
Was there anything with tabling that you learned the hard way?
Things that I learned the hard way. So not every convention is the same. Every convention has different rules, and one of San Diego Comic Con's quirks is the display height. So make sure that guide you have has maximum height variance. So just follow that, and then they will send by people to police you. Last year was really odd because my table variance usually isn't over what they had, and they sent somebody to police me, and they had that person tell Carl, and Carl told me, but I was like, well, they should come by and tell me themselves because I don't think that's right. And they never came back. So
we have is the rack for the comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not over, I think 4 feet, you should be fine.
Okay. Phew. No, I don't think it's that tall. And we're also thinking about doing some using. Because I saw a woman do this at WonderCon. She had some video going on her table. She had like a little TV monitor and some video from her book kind of going, and it would get your attention. So we have some videos that we've had up on our YouTube channel. Mostly, they're not animated, but they're the character profiles and things like that. Okay. So we're gonna have those running on a loop on the tables. Cool. So we thought that might actually help bring people over because bright and shiny,
Yeah. Are you guys gonna do that on like a tablet, like an iPad, and with a power bank?
Well, we have a power bank, but she showed us what she did. And she used a Roku with a thumb drive, and so we have that set up. So. Oh,
nice. So as long as it's all powered and you guys don't have to pay for extra power.
No, we have 2 power banks. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Having power bank is key too.
Yeah, we watched the Steven Silver presentation about tabling at a convention. It was mostly aimed for artists, but we like, okay, you gotta get one of those, and we ended up getting 2 power banks. I'm not sure why. But,
No, it's key to have more than one power bank. You'd be surprised. I normally bring like 3 power banks, but like I said, when I do my panels, I have other electronic equipment set up, and so I just hook that into the power banks. So yeah, normally my power banks are charged and ready to go. Yeah. You guys have a cart?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So you guys are way prepared for this. I don't think you need me at all for this.
Well,
it's still good to hear it from
who's
done it.
Yeah, because I think it was helpful that we did LA Comic Con and we did WonderCon because it was sort of like, okay, and I think we've learned things we needed to be a little more out there. We're kind of all introverts, which doesn't really help.
That's so. I feel like that's the thing when it comes to creatives is a lot of us are very introverted. I grew up as a shy kid, and it took my mom and my aunts and uncles prodding to like put me on a stage and get me to do stuff. And in doing comics, the thing that you learn is once you're in the fire, you're out there and it's going. Like you have to step up in order to attract people to your table, in order to get people in front of you and let them know what you're doing. So learning from other people, going to a panel, having to hear what somebody else has to say, talking to your neighbors if they have good ideas, lift them. Be like, hey, where did you get that stand? Where did you like the Roku idea is fantastic.
Yeah, well, I just figured that would be something that would attract people's attention if you see something kind of going by. Hey, what's that? And if we have candy, the kids will just stay there all day.
The kids will be there all the time.
I also made it so with the videos in between, we also have QR codes for website and books.
Yeah. So.
What else? Oh, I would use your QR code to lead to a site that has a newsletter sign up and try to build newsletters.
Yeah.
And get people out there. And when I first started, I didn't even think about the whole QR code thing. I just had a notebook and people would just write their name and email address in it.
Actually, I think that we give both ways. We have business cards that have QR codes on the back.
Perfect.
And we handed those out pretty regularly at WonderCon, and then we didn't get very much out of that. But when 3 or 4 people actually signed up, then those are the people on that worked better for us, I guess.
It's a numbers game, honestly. People were always like, "Why do you post so much on social media?" It's like, well, not everybody will see the one post you do if you're doing it once a day, but if you do 4 times a day, every day, eventually somebody's going to see it, right?
Right.
And so it's the same thing. You guys just need to hit all the possibilities, which sounds like you guys are already way prepared and are doing it both digitally and analog.
Yeah, we're also. I guess if we had a little more time, we might have done a bigger card. But we were sort of like, waiting for we had to order the books and stuff before we knew for sure we had a table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The time frame was so short. So
do you guys have a price list?
Yes.
People can just pick up and look, so that's great. Do you guys have blurbs and like pull quotes for your books that you can just put on table tents?
Well, we have reviews that we could, I guess, quote from. Yeah.
Yeah, I would, just take any key phrases from a review, make a little table tent, and then just put it by the book as a table tent or into the book so that people walking by, sometimes people don't want to talk to you, but they will actually look at your book and like flip through it. And if they can just see a quick pull quote of a review that just says how awesome the book is, that'll help them make a decision as well. So those are probably some things I can think of off the top of my head.
When you say table tent, what do you mean?
A table tent, have you ever been in a restaurant and the restaurant will have a drink menu
Uh-huh.
on a little tray? That's a table tent.
I see.
And so you guys, they sell pre-made table tents for your inkjet printer. You can buy them. I have some of them that I put out on my table. And you can make your own. Obviously, you could just print it out, fold a piece of paper, tape it together, and make a table tent.
I see. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that hard to do.
Right.
Yeah, we're doing sort of a final run through this weekend
Okay.
at home to sort of set everything up and then, okay, what do we need? How are we going to take it and all that?
Yeah. Comfortable shoes, you guys got those already?
Yeah, and we also bought pads to stand on.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. You guys have personal fans?
Actually, we have hand fans, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, great. So that's another thing that's been, newer, because I did Dallas, and Dallas was super hot, but I brought a little neck fan. It's like you charge it with a USB. So there's a lot of little personal fans that you guys can bring. So yeah, sometimes it gets hot in there. So that's the other thing that I can think of in terms of an extra kind of thing to have.
There's a lot of people in a little space.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be 4 of you in there, and at
Well,
least
we're rotating around.
Yeah, you can rotate
It'd
around.
be 2 of us at a time.
Yeah, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, so I think Paul and I are the exhibitors, so we'll be there open and close, and then
Yeah,
my wife and other son can kind of fill in for us occasionally.
Yeah.
But we're not going to leave my wife alone because, she's not part of the book.
The couple of times we tabled, I wished there was like a wall clock.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I find myself constantly checking my phone or my watch just to see what the time is, unless I'm doing commissions, in which case I never look at the time because I'm too busy doing the commission. But yeah, those are pretty much you. It sounds like you guys got everything covered. I don't know if I can think of anything else. Do you guys have any other questions?
Yeah.
Well, I know pros have access to the pro lounge.
It's not an exhibitor lounge, is there?
No.
Yeah.
So I found this out the hard way. Is you can only get into the pro lounge with a pro badge,
Right.
and it's ridiculous because it's like, but we're literally professionals with exhibitor badge. Like, what difference does this make?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys also have your pro badges, right? So you could just switch it out.
Yeah, is that okay to do?
Yeah, it's solid. They don't care.
Okay.
They don't. You guys literally could just change the badge, walk in, fill up water, walk out, or get coffee or tea or whatever they have in there. And so, yeah, on my badge, when I go, I usually have both of my badges inside the little holder, and then I'll just flip the badge around. It's so ridiculous.
Okay, well, that's good. We were kind of worried about that, too.
Yeah.
Because you can't have... Well, it's my understanding, which we paid for, is you can't just be Joe Blow sitting behind the table. It has to be somebody that's exhibitor attendee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing was so weird last year because I came down. I'm like, you guys know I have panels at this show. Like, I'm literally an artist working for companies. How's this not professional? It's doesn't make any sense. But that's how their security is. What are you going to do?
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you being on the show.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me again. I wish you the
5
very
times.
best. Maybe sell out. Yeah, I know. It's like the SNL 5 times members.
That's what.
Yeah.
Yes, we've had one other person get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So,
If you are watching this on YouTube and you like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. And if you are looking for a silent fidget toy, you use our code Marty and Eli to save 10% off at getono.com.
all right. So until next time, I'm David Hankins,
I'm Paul Hankins.
and you've been on the air with Power Squared.